that you had you could do so you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
Right.
Embarrassing.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. So I'm not a massive sports fan, but I will tune in to see the big games like Super Bowl, World Cup, World Series, stuff like that. And there's always these heartbreaking, crushing moments that happen in front of millions and millions of people watching, where the field goal kicker misses the field goal.
That is totally a different person.
The team loses, right? The batter strikes out at the bottom of the ninth, and the team loses. Or you miss the easy penalty kick, and the team loses. And hundreds of millions of people were watching, and you can't take it back. No takesy-backsies, okay? And you can't ever get rid of that clip. That clip will haunt those players for the end of time. And that is exactly what happened to Joe Biden on Thursday.
Yes.
You won't be ever able to be rid of the clips of Joe Biden.
We need to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
He wants to get away with, get rid of the ability
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I opposed.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do.
This is totally wow.
With the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with
COVID.
Everything we have to do with, look, if
you will determine the outcome of this election, vote, vote, vote. If you're able to vote early in your state, vote early. If you're able to vote in person, vote in person. Vote whatever way is the best way for you, because he cannot stop you.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Literally watching somebody decay.
Exactly.
Legitimately watching somebody have their brain liquefied in real
Exactly.
time, like atomized their entire career. And this is Joe Biden. And don't feel bad for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a horrible person.
And my thing is, but you can see the significant difference from 2019 to 2024.
That 5-year difference looked crazy.
And it's like, wow.
It's crazy. That's a huge, that's a massive difference. It should not be where 5 years makes that much difference from a person that's supposed to be on that level. I'm just saying, I mean, position doesn't control health per se, but that is like, to me, that looks like a 15-year decline.
It does. And it was only in the matter of 5 years. Even when they showed him, excuse me, guys, even when they showed him, they did a clip of him in 2020.
He still looks
so that's
more.
Like four, so that's, we know it's 4 clear years. It's like, how did he go from this to being where he is right now, just like instant? It happened so fast.
I guarantee you, if that version of Joe Biden was the 2020 version of Joe Biden, this 2024 version, people would have been like, nah. Even though we weren't for Trump at that time, we would have been like, nah, we're just going to have to go with this guy right here, because this dude right here ain't got nothing but a couple years. It just don't, you know what I'm saying? It would have.
That's just insane.
How you decline that bad, and then he looks super old in them 5 years.
And people are still convincing themselves can actually serve us the best as leadership for this country.
Right.
No way.
The pressure has clearly gotten to Joe Biden because Biden feels, according to recent reports, humiliated, devoid of confidence, will have family discussion on the future of his re-election campaign at Camp David today. This according to an NBC News article. It's a mess. Biden turns to family for path forward after his disastrous debate. Democrat leaders have stood by the president as he faces questions about his ability to defeat Trump. Some Democrat leaders, but privately, many are expressing concern. Ooh, baby. Joe Biden is expected to discuss the future of his re-election campaign with his family at Camp David following a nationally televised debate on Thursday that left many fellow Democrats worried about his ability to beat former President Trump. It left some Democrats borderline suicidal.
How
Apparently,
did they not know
Jill
this?
Biden, Nurse Ratched, the real president, is going to be with their children, Hunter Biden, and all their grandkids. So their degenerate family is going to gather around, try to convince Joe not to drop out because they all have criminal charges pending against them. And Joe Biden would be the only people to keep Hunter Biden out of jail. This is incredible. Joe Biden will discuss the future of his re-election campaign. We were told this wasn't going to happen, but here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening.
So he got information.
This is the White House trying to cope and seethe, saying that no, we'd planned to do this. We planned it. The White House is like, no, we planned this. We promised you. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that is very bad for Joe Biden. And the outlook is really, really bad for Joe Biden. The crisis talks that are being held today are a final nail in the coffin as the entire world turns on Joe Biden.
Yeah, they're going to say no.
Some insiders believe that Biden and his wife are the only people that can make the final decision on the campaign. The president feels deeply shaken by his debate showing. A high-stakes meeting comes as Democrat Party grapples with potential electoral crisis. Biden's team insists they're moving forward, but the urgency of these talks suggests that other options are.
And then you see when the next day he tried to do that conference, and then that rally, and then try to make it look like he's trying to clear up his dilemmas. He's trying to clear up his disabilities and just trying to like, hey, I'm a little older, I'm not as fast. Well, you got it. Well, go get out.
Exactly.
Get out
That's
of here.
opposite of what we need as leadership.
Nobody
for the
needs to be clearing up their disabilities for the rally the next day. No. You need to be able to go home.
You're not as sharp. You're absolutely right. Which that means your time is up. We want somebody who's sharp.
You need to go home. You need to rest. You need to enjoy the rest of your life, man. Stop all this stress on you, man. All the drugs you need to continue to keep moving
are on the table. What other options could they be? What plan B? Planned Camp David stop comes after White House aides revealed that Biden had difficulty functioning outside the hours of outside a 6-hour window between 10 and 4 p.m. Ooh, baby.
Biden part-time president,
Axios.
full-time
Axios
disaster.
wrote about how Joe Biden effectively has sundown syndrome. He can't operate unless he can't operate outside the hours of 10 and 6.
Wow.
10 and 4. Sorry.
Is that when they pumping him with
PM.
stuff?
So Joe Biden has dementia. Like this is I've seen dementia up close. This is exactly what dementia patients have.
Shapiro.
Biden campaign fundraising email tonight includes a polling graphic comparing Biden with potential alternatives, including Kamala Harris, Buttigieg, Booker, Newsom, Whitmer, Klobuchar, Shapiro, and Pritzker. The inclusion of the information feels more revealing than the info itself. Oh, man. Look at this. This is from the Biden team. At the end of the day, we'd switch the candidates who would, according to the polls, be less likely to win than Joe Biden. The only person ever to defeat Donald Trump.
Nobody.
Well, all of those people have less name ID, and they're still polling about as well as Joe Biden. So this is not the win you think it is.
Ridiculous.
So Biden has been described by one person familiar as humiliated, devoid of confidence, and painfully aware of the physical images of him at the debate. Eyes staring into the distance, mouth agape, and that will live beyond the presidency, along with a performance that at times was meandering, incoherent, and difficult to hear.
Yes.
Remember Joe Biden? Joe, you answered all the questions.
Right.
You answered every question. Oh,
That was embarrassing. That was cringy.
Joe Biden feels humiliated. Good. And painful. And devoid of confidence. Good. Joe Biden's a horrible person. The cope is now officially like full blown. Nancy Pelosi now saying that it's Donald Trump who has dementia.
Please.
I saw that and I said, are you kidding?
Very much. Biden, Kamala Harris, and this is an opportunity for Joe Biden to go out there and show he has the stamina and the rest. And by the
but
way,
he does not.
While the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia.
Oh,
that
please.
his connection, his thoughts do not go together.
Who?
She need to step down
Yeah,
herself.
she on the outs herself. Yes, I feel the same way. I thought she actually was out of the game. Why are we even still listening to her?
Yeah.
Please. She ain't too far behind him.
Who was that? Mickey Rooney? Get out of here. Ain't nobody listening to you.
Crazy Nancy, always good for a laugh. It's not going to change the fact that the mainstream media is completely turned on Joe Biden, and
They say
everybody
it's
is
facts.
asking, how do Democrats recover? The thing that the mainstream media, like, and this is really important to delineate, they're not actually worried about Joe Biden. They've been covering up for Joe Biden for years. They're worried that you saw what Joe Biden actually is. That's
Right.
what they're worried about.
Because that was a Super Bowl.
And that's why this is particularly fascinating. And then we were getting the first reports out of Camp David. The Biden family spent all morning not having a summit, but in hair and makeup for a shoot with Annie Leibovitz, a Vogue photographer who shot Biden, Obama, Clinton, and then suggested doing something informal with the Bidens. So they're doing a photo shoot. This is how seriously they take all this. Incredible. 72% of registered voters say Joe Biden lacks the mental and cognitive ability to be president. This number has
Exactly.
jumped by 10 points.
It
since
should
the
have been
debate.
100%.
Right, yeah.
And now Michelle Obama has just jumped in to the chat. So now, according to the prediction markets, you have Donald Trump, you have Joe Biden. Look at these prediction markets. These are really painful right now.
It's not going to be
65%
Michelle, y'all. I
Donald
don't care what
No,
nobody
they
says.
don't
It's
want
not
her
gonna be-
neither.
No,
And
it's
suddenly
going to be
Michelle
Gavin.
Obama is jumping in there. Oh boy, what do they know? This is very interesting from Senk, one of the biggest libs on the internet. Everybody on the Biden campaign will be out of a job when there is a new candidate. The new candidate will pick their own team. So the Biden campaign has an enormous incentive to lie to you and pretend Biden is fine.
Exactly.
Their jobs depend on you believing a lie.
And he's a lib. Huge
Very,
lib.
very clairvoyant and very on point. Like all of these people, they'll continue to lie because their jobs are now at stake.
And on the line. Yep.
Bill O'Reilly is saying effectively that the decision has been made for the president and that he will quit the campaign.
That's
Two
what I
reasons.
heard.
Democrat internal debate polling says he cannot recover from the debate, and the fundraising is drying up. This according to Bill O'Reilly. So that is what Bill O'Reilly is reporting. I'll leave it to you to decide, which sources you believe. But I believe the New York Times when it comes to sourcing inside of Democrat
What did I
politics,
say?
greater overall Democrat politics. New York Times reports that a group of Silicon Valley megadonors, including Steve Jobs' widow, attempted to reach Joe Biden so they could persuade her husband not to run.
I believe that.
Oh, the panic is delicious. I'm hearing that Democrats aligned donors are putting together a fund that would go to the Democrat nominee, but not if the candidate is Joe Biden, whom they
Wow.
regard as too likely to lose. It's
Okay,
designed to
exactly.
support moving on.
They don't wanna
from
burn
Joe,
their
says
money.
billionaire
Exactly.
Andrew Yang, who also ran against Joe Biden, who says that Joe Biden clearly has dementia. So more little leaks out of this Camp David meeting with all the really smart Bidens. They're so intelligent, these people. They're
But this man could have been in a debate and just said, "Mommy, I want to go home and eat." And people are like, "Thank you, Joe Biden, for your
Wonderful.
for doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
You're so
for such a
you're
great
the,
job.
You're the best
And I'm
president.
so-
You're better than you ever been."
That's what I was sitting here thinking. It's like, oh my gosh.
These people are
these-
ridiculous. They don't
They
crack.
will tell you that the sky is purple when you know doggone well the sky is blue. But no, it's purple. What life are you living? That's what I do not get. And like he said, they will want you. They want to tell you these lies and try to force you to believe the lie when you know good and doggone well it was an epic fail. That man
think
is a weakling.
I think I said this before. From the words of another YouTuber, sometimes you just want to punch the stupid out of people.
so smart. Apparently, at least one of the president's grandchildren expressed interest in getting more involved with the campaign, perhaps by talking with influencers on social media. There's a plan. Oh man, you're not going to believe this. According to the New York Times, the strongest voice imploring Joe Biden to remain in the race is Hunter Biden.
Oh my
Literally,
gosh.
the only reason you want to see your father go through something like this is to shield you from prosecution. What a sick family. Hunter Biden wants America to see the vision of his father that he knows. Scrappy and commanding of the facts rather than stumbling, aging president's father. That's amazing. Oh, man. If you go through Hunter Biden's text messages on his laptop, you'll see that Hunter Biden says that Joe Biden has dementia. Hunter straight up says it in multiple text messages. Increasing number of voters don't think Biden should be running after the debate with
Exactly.
Trump.
Absolutely
Elon
not.
Musk, saying now, ooh, boy, that Democrats are knifing Biden. There are too many Dem knives in Biden's back right now. He's basically a pincushion.
Yeah,
Almost
that's sad, but
getting
you know.
one nice little stab in there.
That's today he
Biden
posted that.
maybe dropping out everybody sort of jumping to that conclusion. And this one's absolutely remarkable. So Joe Biden held a fundraiser yesterday, even though it seems like all the money is drying up. And according to Anthony Scaramucci, he had to speak through a teleprompter at a fundraiser in a private residence with like 20 people there.
Stop
Joe
it.
Biden has to use a teleprompter for his private fundraising speeches.
For 20 people.
How embarrassing is that? He used a teleprompter at a fundraiser.
Come on.
And you saw when he went in the Waffle House. He was like,
I'm just.
he came in, walked in like a ghost and just drifted out of there. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And who are these black people here talking? Oh, thank you, Mr. President. You don't get your.
It's not just the debate debacle, which made the president look slow, old, and foggy. It's what next that truly worries Biden's biggest supporters. Yeah.
In the Waffle House, there it is.
According to Axios, that he can't function between the hours after 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Joe Biden doesn't function. Great to know, according to his own aides, we have a president that's fully functional 25% of the time. Look at this. This is directly from Axios. From 10 to 4, Biden is dependably engaged. Many of his public events in front of cameras.
I believe that. I believe between that window of time, they work with him other times. He's at the beach or he's sitting and watching TV. I believe it's just like that. It's like he retired in his mind, but he's still forced to go up on that stage.
Yep, he's still forced to participate.
Yep.
Are held in those hours. After that time, or while traveling, Biden is more likely to have verbal miscues and become fatigued. Okay, got it. So you're admitting that we don't have a president. Legit, this is what the Biden team is putting out. So they're admitting effectively that America is run by an oligarchy of bureaucrats and special interests. Amazing. Biden family photo shoot for Vogue equals Joe's not going anywhere. Yeah, I mean, that's what some people are taking away from this, right? The special little meeting.
Wow.
Even though 70% of the nation say that Joe shouldn't run, I mean, it's amazing. Pride cometh before destruction is what they always say. The evil king, the wicked king, always gets it in the Bible, man. It's just it's Sunday, so I'm reading through Acts right now, and there's a chapter about King Herod, and King Herod just finally drops dead, and worms eat him. That's what they say in Acts. I think like chapter 11. Yeah, King Herod just had a very evil life, led a very evil life, didn't acknowledge God, and just dropped dead
and died.
Yeah, it's just the way it happens. The poetic justice, they call it in the biblical era kings. So here we are.
Ben is loving
Your
this too much.
mentality is, how can we survive the current news cycle? You have to understand that there are many more news cycles between now and November 5th, where Biden is nearly 100% certain to have further senior moments that will trigger the whole thing all over again.
Exactly.
Yes, isn't going away, even though Nancy Pelosi is trying to turn on a dime. Turn and say that, no, it's Donald Trump. Lady Macbeth is what people are calling. Lady Macbeth is what people are now calling Joe Biden. The evil queen. The evil queen who keeps the king going all the way to ruin.
Look at them orthopedic shoes.
The message that they're all in. Yes. Jill appears
unmoved. Look at him back in the back. Look at his face.
Joe Biden
like he's scared for his life.
All the questions. Mm-hmm. Convicted felon and crackhead Hunter Biden, smartest man that Joe Biden knows, is insisting that dad not drop out of the race, and gathers for a fancy family photo shoot. Incredible.
It is.
What are they gaining by telling him to not drop out? What are they gaining? What will this do? Apparently, there must be some implications or something that they're waiting to receive, or something that they've been in trade with these other countries, and they have to hold on. He's got a little bit more left. And something in trade with these other countries that if you don't fulfill your particular term, then you're going to be in trouble for all that money we've given you. It's got to be something why they keep forcing their dad to stay in there.
I don't know.
It can't be legacy.
Even as some members of the Klan privately expressed exasperation at how he was prepared for the event by staff, people close to the situation said so. And so just a reminder, Joe Biden took like 10 days off to prepare for this debate. And this is the best that we got.
Wow.
10 days off.
10. I didn't know it was 10.
And that's what they got.
It was a week.
10 days.
Give Trump that much time. He ain't had no kind of time to do it like that. So
well,
give him
Okay,
that.
look, 2020.
There are some things that just won't be forgotten. You know, whether
And
you're
when his chin just drooped
missing
like
a
that
penalty
after
kick, right?
5 years.
Whether you're missing a field goal or striking out, you know, you're just going to be remembered as that guy. And if it happens on TV with hundreds of millions of people watching, then you're done. There's too many people see it.
Exactly.
And your career is over.
Over.
And that's what's happening with Joe Biden.
Yes.
Panic is officially here, but you break it, you buy it. You're stuck with Joe Biden, man. I've done the research this weekend. I don't see any path for Joe Biden for them to swap out Joe Biden. There really isn't any path. And so the destroyers of democracy continue to try and figure out how to destroy democracy. It's delicious to watch. You know what? Pride comes before destruction. Get these evil leaders, and they ride to ruin. And here it is. It's a tale as old as time, and it's quite entertaining to watch.
It is.
Keep entertained on this channel. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.
We're right here. We're right here at that.
Yeah.
It's at the end of a phase. It's at the end of the phase. We're about to see the transition of him. I don't know about. I'm not going to say transition as far as life on Earth, but I mean the transition of him not moving forward
Moving out of that
in
position.
the presidential level.
Right.
It's coming.
And
it's,
I mean-
it's going. And we're probably going to hear the truth. He's just going to do his 5 more months out until the end of the year. But as far as going forward, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, and they need to admit
over.
it. They need to admit it and quit trying to sell a lie to people who can see straight through it. I mean, it absolutely makes no sense. Well, let me not say what person, because people are still buying the foolery. When you can see with your own eyes. They're doing the comparisons of him 2020, 2019 and compared to now. You can see the decline. Stop kidding yourself. Stop lying to yourself. You know exactly that this man is not qualified any longer. He is no longer capable. He can't withstand it. He is barely making it. And then now his aides are saying he only functions between 10 and 4. What happens when you have to travel across the world to meet with other leaders? And your time zones are going to be way off, and you got to get off of there and go straight to a meeting.
True.
Well, he slept the whole time then. So how you preparing? I mean, please, come on. No way. And it's time for y'all to go ahead and just give it up. It is okay. He has done his due diligence. It's time to go.
You've done your part.
At least put
What you
another
could do.
candidate in there for the Democratic Party that can hang. That can be a fortified representation if they win.
Yeah, RFK only.
I mean, please.
RFK.
Okay, well, there you go. Shout out to Benny, because that was really, really good. I mean, there you have clip after clip after clip after clip that the man needs to finally sit down and pass the baton, because he's going to be like, whew, thank God. And that's what he going to say. He is going to
thank
say,
God.
whew, yes, I'm so glad.
Jill, bring me my applesauce in a little cuppy.
Okay. Poor thing.
And I just farted.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Ooh.
But hey, man, y'all, nothing I've ever seen anything like this in my lifetime.
Me
Never seen anything like
either.
my lifetime.
This is the worst delusion our country has ever been in. That I've seen. If there's been some other things going on in other presidencies that we don't know about, but this right here, to me, it just beats them all.
But I just still feel like, I'm just reiterate that 5 years is very quick to go to that.
Well, I mean,
but dementia has a quick transition.
Yeah,
It moves swiftly.
it does,
so
and it
that
also
I can see that.
affects people differently. But for him, it has truly it's been swift.
And
it has been swift.
And the thing why we see it so much, because he's on the front stage and you're the leader of the free world. So
But
everybody gonna be watching you. But people haven't been watching him until the Super Bowl, which was that debate, and that was like.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. We don't get to see what his aides and these other politicians are able to see, who's around him and
Yeah.
his family.
Yeah.
They know the condition and shape that man is in.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see it.
We won't see it.
But we saw it the night of the debate.
Yeah.
Don't play.
The Super Bowl.
Do not play.
All right, man. We're gonna pray that that transition will happen smoothly, and it won't. And we already know who they getting ready to try to get over there. I mean, I've told y'all that. But my question is, I really want to see what the polls look like on as far as Joe Biden and
What you mean?
Trump. Like, what are the polls looking like? Like all across from people who voting for who. And if you were to switch them polls out for Gavin Newsom, what would the polls look like? How many people will go over there running for Gavin?
I don't feel like it's going to be any people who are solid on Trump. They're not going to switch over, especially to Gavin Newsom.
No, not Trump supporters. Everybody who's going for Trump, going for Trump. Everybody if you're going for Trump, you're going for Trump. You're not going to switch them, go over there.
Well, the Democrats who weren't going to vote for Joe, who decided not to vote, would probably vote for
Gavin.
Yeah, whoever the other candidate in office they put in.
I told y'all who it's going to be. All right, man. 2024, be more.
Talk less.
We'll see it on what? We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.